I've been active in innovation for the last 20 years, and I've seen the rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So it's not a question of if, but simply when artificial intelligence will be able to overcome most of the human tasks, being faster and faster, better and better. However, my belief is that no matter how sophisticated artificial intelligence is going to be, even the most incredible machine would never be able to compete with the human way of understanding. Replicating the intelligence doesn't mean to be able to think as we humans do. There are three reasons for that. Firstly, because, apparently it turns out that we don't even have one single brain, but at least two. The stomach, the guts. Dr. Gershon pointed this out in his famous book about the second brain. The second reason is that our brains are constantly interconnected with the external world, with our perceptive apparatus, all the openings of our body, our eyes, our ears, our nose, our skin. So in this constant exchange, there is the unicity of the human in their way of understanding. And the third reason is that ultimately our intelligence is emotional and linked to our experience and our memories. It is a type of intelligence which is open and associative. So no matter how sophisticated artificial intelligence is going to be, even with machines connecting a network, by design, they will never be able to think as we humans do. So in order to make my point today, and that is the experiment, I'm going to do that with the access of a fantastic form of language, which is the musical language. Music is an extraordinary language because it has the incredible feature of being at the same time essential, primitive, grounded in the DNA of the human beings, and also at the same time very complex and sophisticated, getting to a high degree of abstraction and involving the associative intelligence in its purest form. Music is defined around three main building blocks. There is the rhythm, the melody, and the harmony. The rhythm is probably the most primitive ones. Why? Because we as humans, we started to do that by imitating the sounds of nature. And first of all, the nature of the humans themselves. So something like the heartbeat. Then the melody. The melody is ancient as well because also it comes from the imitation of nature. And you need to think about the melody as a linear form in a space and in the time. So it's made of notes and pauses. And this is a melody, and you see the linearity of the melody. So that is the first axis. This is the first dimension of music. Then there is the harmony, which came a little bit later, and it's a simultaneous combination and execution of different notes. It comes with chords, something like this. You have to think about the harmony as the vertical axis of music. So you have the melody, horizontal, and the vertical, the harmony. Now, both harmony and melody, they are based on a very strong mathematical framework grounding them. So it's out of question, there's no doubt that artificial intelligence will be able to, and is able already, to identify, to recognize, to replicate, to perform music. Artificial intelligence nowadays is even able to compose music according to the best theoretical framework. Now, in just a matter of few seconds and some signal processing, a program like Shazam that you all know is able to recognize among millions of songs present in its database from a very short piece of music heard, the fingerprint of the music, and compare it and recognize which of the songs is related to. So there is just a question of time when it will be able also to understand the music from our whistling or from just singing in the shower. So, but the point here is different. So no matter how Shazam will be able and will sophisticatedly recognize the music, the artificial intelligence will be never able to understand music the way we do. And in order to make my point, I need to introduce the third dimension of music. The third dimension of music is something that is given by the interaction between the audience, you, and the performer, or the source where the music comes from. This third dimension is the most important one when it comes to music, because for the way this language is structured, which is nothing similar in any other form of spoken language, the communication that you have through music is as an associative dimension, in the sense that the music is a medium which is non-explicit and non-verbal for expressing a message. It means that music is able to unfold the message in the relationship of people listening to it. And that message will assume different shades among the audience. The timbre of the instruments, the ability of the performer, the attitude of the audience, all these elements contribute to shape the message that music transports. Now, this third dimension is essential in the musical language, and no computer will be ever able to replicate it, because it's about relationship among humans. I'm going to make a small example of a song of my generation. This opens with an open chord. It's a chord called suspended. Why? Because it's not minor, it's not major. It leaves you up in the air. Maybe you already realize what song it is? And I meant to call you any sorrow. I don't mean to cause you any pain. I want to see you sometimes laughing. Only see you in the purple rain. So this is Purple Rain, intro of Purple Rain. So you understand what I'm talking about. So it was played with a classical guitar. So it was meant not to be played with this instrument, and yet it provided you with something, good or bad. But that's. But the point is really in the way we communicate with that, and the fact that I'm playing to you at the very moment is a result that no Shazam will be able to replicate, because you got it, the message with your ears, with your nose, with your eyes, and with your skin, by the vibration of music. And with the emotions generated by the memories you associated the music with. So you have your own personal message delivered with this very small piece of song. So I hope I managed to explain what I'm trying to describe here. No matter how advanced artificial intelligence is going to be, how magnificent the machines will be able to replicate our tasks, there will still be a place for us as humans, because simply we are multidimensional in the perception. We are very elaborate in the cognitive understanding. So no better, no worse, just simply different. And this is what actually makes us human. I would say proudly human. So now we're going to sing, and 2 last songs. I have the pleasure to have with me Karim Balit, who is a professional musician. And she will help me to guide you in these last two songs. We're going to play two songs. One is from Italian classic. It's a song from Domenico Modugno called Volare. Why this song? Because even if you don't understand Italian, here the language is used within the music, and the way harmonically the song is structured, and in the chromatic alteration of the word volare, you're gonna feel like flying, because it's all about the song. It's volare means flying. The second song is a classic, another classic from a British group called Radiohead. It's called Creep. It's an interesting example because it's a simple song with a sequence of 4 chords repeated one after the other. And yet there is a complex and emotionally engaging musical narrative. Again, both of them will be played with classical instruments. It won't be like the original, but the message will be a personal message that each one of you will understand its own way. And that is the beauty of music and the beauty of being humans. Let's go, Karim. Penso che un sogno così non ritorni mai più. Mi dipingevo le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi d'improvviso venivo dal vento rapito e incominciava a volare nel cielo infinito. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. E volavo felice, più in alto del sole ed ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva lontano. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per te. Volare, oh oh, cantare, oh oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Ma tutti i sogni nell'alba svaniscono perché quando tramonta la luna li porta con sé. Ma io continuo a sognare negli occhi tuoi belli, che sono blu come un cielo trapunto di stelle. Volare, oh oh, cantare, oh oh oh, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù. E continuo a volare felice, più in alto del sole ed ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano scompare negli occhi tuoi blu. La tua voce è una musica dolce che suona per me. Volare, oh oh, cantare, oh oh oh, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù con... Thank you.